UK flooding live updates. Chaos from the extreme weather as rivers burst their banks, and amber alert because of danger to life. This is not a canal, this is a train. And this is basically where all these areas are having to face flooding. And in most cases, the water is up to the waist of the driver when he's standing beside his car. The red is amber alert, everything else is flooded, as you can see there. The very strange thing, I've been to England many a time. I live in Athens, Greece. My sons went to university there. You know, their houses look just like our row houses in New York, Bayside, Flushing, okay? The row houses you see in the big cities. But we have stoops. We have to go up maybe 5, 6, 7, 10 stairs, I don't know, to get to the front door because we have basements, right? Well, there, they don't have basements. Most houses don't have basements there unless they're old houses. They don't have basements. They have, if they do, they're just like very, very tiny cellars. You can't even stand up in them. Anyway, the thing is that they don't have stairs. And the houses are basically built on a slab on the ground. And I always used to think to myself, what happens, because it rains there a lot. I said, what happens if, you know, the rain sort of gets too much to be on the street and it floods their gardens? It's going to enter their homes because most of these homes only have one step from the pathway to the house, one step up, and you're in the front door. That's how terrible it is. At least in the States, we have a basement. Everybody has a basement. And you have to get up some steps to go to the front door. Okay, maybe your basement will flood, you have to have a pump, but at least the house proper will not flood. There, the houses flood as well. Forget it. There's no way. It's going to get into the front door, into the living room, to the kitchen. Okay. They have an amber alert. This is the bad weather that's been hitting the North America, Eastern Seaboard type of thing. And this is going to be ongoing, just like it will be in the United States. Ongoing. It's just coming across the Atlantic, hitting from northwest to southeast. It's not only hitting England, it's going to be hitting Europe, and we're already in Greece, where I'm living, in Athens, Greece. We have from 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, it's now 11 in the morning, we have a tremendous thunder showers above us. We did see some sun for 5 minutes, that's about it. But we will be getting the weather front that the United States had is hitting Europe. It's hitting England very bad. Look at this flood here. The other thing with England is, I'm not going to tell you what happened because it was terrible, but the ground there is clay. There's a lot of clay in the soil there, in the sediment, clay. That's why in the historic battles that they had a tremendous problem when they were wearing their armor. They used to sink in the clay as if it was almost like thick quicksand. And they would just be, that was their basic problem in battle. They couldn't move to maneuver because their feet would be stuck in the clay. They would fall over, and then the other guy would come and finish them off. You know, that's how bad the sediment is there, clay. And when it gets sogged, when it's wet, you just can't withdraw your boot, your leg from the inside. That's bad. All right, so all this weather is ongoing. The rivers have burst their banks. Now, according to not just one, there's a couple of rivers there. Georgia Laud in Express UK reports that Britain has been battered by this heavy rain, and there's more coming. After this, there's snowstorms coming. They're entering from Britain, cutting across from, France. I think Spain even had a tornado yesterday, and the South Mediterranean, Italy and Greece is getting hit now. Now, the Environmental Agency issued 3 severe flooding warnings, 119 flooding warnings, and 120 flood alerts across England, as the Weather Metro Office has issued amber and 2 yellow weather warnings for rain. Shoppers at Meadowhall Shopping Centre have been told not to leave, as the roads surrounding the whole shopping centre are posing a threat to life. They can't go anywhere, they're just stuck there. Now, residents have been forced from their homes to evacuate following a mudslide as torrential downpours went across northern England, having brought about disruption on the roads and train lines. But which areas are worst hit by the flooding? The Met Office has warned of prolonged and occasional heavy rainfall throughout Thursday, Friday, up to the weekend, 3 inches falling in some areas. Weather warnings from the Met Office now expired, but with more rain expected, there are more than 200 flood warnings in place. Roads in some rail routes, the trains that is, and the trains in England are fantastic. You can set your watch by them. A tremendous, fantastic rail system. Now, roads and some rail routes have been closed as flooding disrupts a lot of the UK. The Met Office says that half of the average rainfall of the whole of November fell in parts of the Midlands and Yorkshire. Yorkshire is up to the north towards Scotland. Midland is around Coventry, Warwick, and around those, Oxford, places like that. In Sheffield alone, on Thursday, yesterday, was a total of 2.8 inches of rain. The Northern Rail urged commuters not to travel on certain lines because of the flood impacting the railways. The do not travel warning has been issued for several routes because severe flooding closed lines between Sheffield and Gainsborough, Sheffield and Lincoln. Lincolnshire is towards the northeast of Britain. And between Sheffield and Gainsborough, Sheffield and Lincoln, Hebden Bridge and Manchester, Victoria. And the latest updates of weather flooding in the country. The current 5 places under threat of severe flooding are River Don. The Don River has burst its banks at Barney Dun, River Don at Kirk Bromwith, River Don at Kirk Sandal, River Don at South Bramwith, River Don at Willowbridge in Caravan Site. There's also 117 flood warnings and another 121 flood alerts. The flood warning states flooding is expected, immediate action required, as flood alert states flooding is possible and to be prepared for, of course, evacuation. Roads closed due to flooding: the A1 northbound, the A1M northbound, and also there are 3 places under severe flood warning, meaning that severe flooding and damage to life, danger to life. For the River Don at Kirk Bromwith, River Don at South Bramwith, and River Don Willowbridge. And the rail network to customers said do not travel on multiple lines. Some lines include services between Liverpool and Manchester, and others towards northern city links. Now, Christmas shoppers hunkered down, staying the night in Sheffield's Meadowhall Shopping Centre. Estimated that Sheffield was swamped by 47.2 millimeters of rain just yesterday. The police confirmed some shoppers decided to stay put in the Meadowhall shopping mall overnight to ensure their safety, and they did the best they could. Yes, that's what they should have done. So we'll keep an eye on it for this. In the meantime, there's snow coming. Britain snow forecast to be battered this weekend because of the Arctic freeze storms coming, and they will be entering towards northern Europe, France, Germany, down through northern Italy, Austria, Italy, and even Greece is going to get swamped with snow. So that will be our first snowfall. It's pretty early for Greece. We usually get it. Wow, we don't usually get snow in Athens anyway. So wow, will we be able to make snowmen? We'll see. That's amazing. I can't believe how the weather has changed. It's tremendously bad for the United States. That's where it started, and we're, as we said this week, it's the rain is hitting the northeast, and it's going to have another rainstorm again in the next few days. So that's not letting up. So all of you there, please be very careful, because it's going to be freezing. There's going to be record low temperatures. Some temperatures, they say, are 50 degrees below normal, and you have to be careful of the black ice, whether you're walking or whether you're driving. Please be very careful. All right, so we'll keep an update on this. If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, you will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. And we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, in Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.